A truly disappointing night at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as we lose to rivals Chelsea. Spurs are down to 8th, and that is our 3rd straight defeat in the Premier League. So the full-time whistle has just gone. Tottenham Hotspur 0, Chelsea 1. That is now our 3rd defeat on the trot, losing at home last week to Liverpool 3-1, losing at the weekend away to Brighton, and now losing tonight against our rivals Chelsea. From the very off, there was absolutely no spark, no confidence. Tottenham just didn't look threatening whatsoever. And we just looked clueless. And that is my honest opinion. We looked clueless. We didn't look like we knew what we were doing. Every player didn't know what they were doing, and most importantly, no player was showing for one another. No player was running into space. Even after 10 minutes of the game, Ben Davies was shouting at his teammates saying, "Show me some space, what options do I have?" There was absolutely no options on the pitch. Chelsea thoroughly deserved to win, and that really pains me to say that because, if there's any games that Tottenham Hotspur players should be up for, it is the London derbies. It is the Arsenal game and it is the Chelsea game. And today, I felt like that first half, that dreadful, dreadful first half, it was like a friendly match. It really, really was. Where was the passion? Where was the grit and determination? Where was the, willingness to win? I just cannot believe, we just didn't ask any questions of Chelsea. We didn't test the goalkeeper in the first half. That first half was absolutely abysmal. I've seen some dreadful games as a Tottenham Hotspur fan growing up. If you go back to the 90s, some awful players, some awful managers that we've had. That was dreadful tonight. That was up there with one of the worst games that I've ever seen as a Tottenham Hotspur fan. And I find it embarrassing tonight. 3 defeats out of 3 games, our last 3 games. We're sitting 8th in the Premier League. 8th in the Premier League. Jose Mourinho has got that, got that order from the board. Every manager gets that order from the board, finish in the top 4, get that Champions League place. Right now, do we look like a Champions League team? Right now, we don't even look like we're going to score a goal. It is just so, so frustrating. I tell you what, at half-time, I wrote some comments down, because I was watching the game on BT Sport. Rio Ferdinand, they would have been booed off if the fans were in the stadium. I couldn't agree more. I'll tell you what, if fans were in the stadium watching that game tonight, fans would have been very, very frustrated. And even Jermaine Jenas, there was no plan. The players looked scared. The players look scared. What is there to be scared of? This is a London derby against one of your biggest, one of your fiercest rivals, and we're looking scared. Jake Humphreys, the presenter, thanks to the Spurs fans that have stuck with it and are still watching. It's embarrassing. It's taking the mickey really out of us Tottenham fans saying, how dreadful is that first half. But Glenn Hoddle, one of our biggest legends of the club of all time, and of course our former manager as well. Glenn Hoddle, no plan, nowhere to go, have to change the approach. You're not going to win games like this. And Glenn Hoddle then went on to say, Tottenham have forgotten what to do when they have the ball. It is absolutely abysmal. I must say that, I thought that the Liverpool game was bad last week. I thought that the Brighton game was bad on Sunday. No reaction for that Brighton game and absolutely no reaction today. I love to be positive about my club and I'd love to sit here right now and spout off all these positive things to say, but I can't. I'm finding it really, really hard. If you go on social media right now, Jose Mourinho, the players, they're all taking a slating. They're all taking a battering. Every single Tottenham Hotspur fan is very, very unhappy right now. The style of football, the way we're playing. Most of the game, I know the second half was a little bit better. And if I wanted to talk about a few positives, that's probably a positive. And Jose Mourinho will probably come out and say that after the game. My players, showed a lot more commitment in the second half. Fair enough. They were better in the second half, but it didn't take a lot to be better in that second half because that first half was just so, so bad. When the lineup came out, You know, you think it's a good team. Carlos Vinicius got his first start in the Premier League. Of course, up to now, he'd only played 70 minutes of Premier League football all season. Hugo Lloris in goal, Ben Davies, Dyer, Toby Alderweireld and Serge Aurier. And then in midfield, Tanguy Ndombele, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Moussa Sissoko. And then the forward three of Heung-min Son, Carlos Vinicius and Steven Bergwijn. Now, you think that, you know, there's some good attacking players in there, some good quality in there. But there was absolutely nothing today. Absolutely nothing. As I say, no spark whatsoever. When you've got Gareth Bale sitting on the bench as well. If Gareth Bale can't get on in games like this, even play the last 10, 20 minutes, what's the point in having Gareth Bale at the club? I'm absolutely amazed. He's just sat there on the sub-bench yet again, and Jose Mourinho has ignored him and brought the likes of Eric Lamela. You know, Eric Lamela is getting on before Gareth Bale. There's something seriously wrong there, in my opinion. Although Eric Lamela did give us that little bit of spark when he came on, so I'm not going to be too negative on Eric Lamela individually. But, you know, when Gareth Bale can't get you know, a single minute in a game like this where we need that game changer. Where are the game changers coming off the bench? We just simply don't have it. We can't rely on Harry Kane again and again. And I'll be honest again, if Harry Kane was on that pitch today, I think the result would have been exactly the same. Of course, the goal, everyone will blame Eric Dyer. Everyone will say how, you know, what a stupid and dreadful challenge it was from Eric Dyer. It absolutely was. But in the second half, he defended very well. And, you know, apart from that back pass, you know, giving Hugo Lloris for the header, it was a shambles. It was, you know, so much of that game was a shambles. And as I say, I'm embarrassed tonight of watching that. And 3 straight defeats in the Premier League. Of course, we have got West Bromwich Albion next up. West Bromwich Albion. Of course, they're struggling. And what does that mean? What does that mean? You know, where are the Tottenham Hotspur goals coming from right now? Heung-min Son, you know, didn't even have a chance today. No shots on target from Heung-min Son. No spark from Heung-min Son. No delivery. The only delivery that we got into the box from a wide position was Serge Aurier, and that was in the dying seconds when Carlos Vinicius headed wide, and that was our best chance of the game. You know, why didn't we test the goalkeeper? Apart from Eric Lamela's shot at the end as well, with Mendy saving, that is the only real shot that we have had where we've tested the goalkeeper. One shot in the whole game. One shot. It is simply not good enough. And I'm just worrying now, you know, with Harry Kane out of the team, where are the goals coming from? Even with Harry Kane back in the team, where's that spark? Where is the energy coming from? You know, no energy tonight. Lack of energy completely. What worries me, though, is Tottenham at 8th. And, you know, we're losing grip of that top 4 place. We really, really are. Everyone will say, yeah, but we're still in, you know, all 3 cup competitions. We're in the League Cup final against Manchester City in April. We're in the FA Cup against Everton. We're in the Europa League still. But it is the league position and some of this football that all of us are watching. It is boring. It is really, really boring. I've never, ever in my life been as bored as I was tonight watching Tottenham Hotspur. And as I say, I've seen some very, very bad games. But when you see that we're not even showing any intent in going forward, we're not showing, you know, any spark. It is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. And when you've got all of our past players and all of our legends stating, you know, how poor this football is, and Tottenham, it's okay breaking on the half, you know, breaking on the counter attack from our half, but when that's not working, there is no plan B. And I said this the other day, no plan B whatsoever. And, you know, it's worrying times. It really, really, really is. And, you know, I could sit here all night moaning about Tottenham. But I'm worried. I'm worried as a Tottenham Hotspur fan because we've got games coming up in the Premier League, West Bromwich Albion away. And, you know, we're now going to use that word in again. It's a must-win game. Well, all of these are must-win games. It is honestly unbelievable. So disappointing. I can't tell you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. My phone has gone absolutely berserk during this whole of the game. Spurs fans, non-Spurs fans, direct messages, Twitter, Instagram, etc., etc. You know, what on earth has gone wrong? What on earth has gone wrong? You know, we were top of the league for 5 weeks during this season, and now we're sitting in 8th place, and we look like we're drifting down to be a mid-table team and not a Champions League team, which we should be. It is so disappointing. It really is. Anyway, let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below, and on the next video, I'll try and do a match review and dissect this game, you know, even further. But these are my full-time thoughts. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video. Until then, come on you Spurs.